women are up first. Burleigh heads Mowbray Park. City of Perth and Currumbin, a mixed team there. Currumbin A, Currumbin B, couple from Manly. The home club, Newport, they will do their best. They've got 3 teams there. North Burleigh, Northcliffe, Redhead, Southport, Umina and Wanda. That is your start list. Jack, who is your favourite?
If you put together what we've seen today, I would stick with the Manly team. Naomi Scott swimming, Dodwell on the ski and Paskaric on the board. Paskaric's been there all day. We haven't seen her feature really in the places, Josh, but she's there in every single race so far today.
A fierce competitor. Swim first. The girls are on and in the water. And like you said, Manly, they're certainly going to be a shot. And that tide's really started to come out there. Up the girls were probably at ankle depth for a little bit there before they started swimming. And that's going to come into play here, especially with the ski paddlers. They might jump off their ski. They might stay on. It's going to be very interesting when we get down to those second and third legs. And round one, leg one of the Taplin relay off and away, and it's Emma Dick from Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park in the centre of the screen. Black cap, yellow and green stripes down the centre. An interesting leader, but we saw this morning she flew out in that Iron Woman.
Yeah, Emma Dick, she's been on fire with this swim leg, and she's going to make no difference here. She's pushing that pace up the front. She's really trying to set this race up for the Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park team.
And then right next to her, it looks like Northcliffe are in the mix, and have a look at the push and shove at the moment. Northcliffe really trying hard, but they're all on top of her. And have a look at back in the pack. That's not where you want to be. The City of Perth Currumbin mixed team there. A little bit further back, Northcliffe B, Manly's in there as well. North Burleigh, plenty of work to do with Tara Coleman. And all the way at the back of the pack is Redhead. So there's probably maybe 8 body lengths separating first from last, but they're 4 wide at the moment as they head out in the swim.
Courtney Hancock has made her way up onto the side of Emma Dick and really trying to push that pace along. If she can put herself in a position, if she can put her team into a position, we know the Northcliffe Club is full of depth. We know there's going to be plenty of girls who can bring this race home for them.
Oh, with the likes of Danielle McKenzie and Harriet Brown coming after her, you know they've got to be the favourites. Like the Manly Club, like Burleigh, Currumbin, Newport, it's so strong in this Taplin. All the clubs want to win this one, and unlike the men, there's no change to the Aussie titles here, so you'd have to think the likes of Newport, even though they've got a changed team, they'd have to be one of the favourites here. The 3-person Taplin relay, the Aussie Bodies Taplin relay here at the Summer of Surf. It's one of the best events, and a little bit of crash and bash around that turning can there. One of the girls goes under, doesn't pop up for a couple of swimmers over the top, and turning and leading on the way home. Still Northcliffe, Burleigh, Manly's in there, Currumbin as well, Newport. They're all in the top 5 at the moment. They all want to win here in round 2.
Josh, very interesting to note, one girl that we're used to seeing who we haven't seen today, Georgia Miller, a local girl. She's from the Newport Club. She hasn't been here racing today at Newport, and I think she may be away on holidays, if that's correct, and booked it in at a time where perhaps she should have been racing here for her club.
Takes a little bit of time off, maybe gets herself together, had a long winter, went to the World Championships, had a breakthrough summer last year as well, so expect big things from her later in the year. Lara Moses not here as well, so Hannah Minogue, the only member of that Australian Championship winning team here, but Spencer and Heaton, they will go around with her, and they've got a little bit of work to do if they're going to catch our leader. But have a look at Courtney Hancock. She swam so well all day. I think the Queen of Surf Life Saving's back.
Well, she's really stretched that lead out, and Emma Dick has struggled to go with her when Courtney Hancock's decided to turn it on in that home stretch. She went round that last can, turned on the motors, brought the kick in, and has really accelerated away.
Oh, and is here a wave? Here we go. It stands up for her. She'll definitely get this one, and it's a reward for effort for Courtney Hancock. She did all the hard work out the back in the flat. She's been handed a wave on that bank. She'll ride it all the way to the dry sand. Stand up. A little bit shocked there to see the sand. She got a face full up and around, and Courtney Hancock is back to career best form. Took out the Coolangatta Gold. She said it's been a tough couple of years for her not winning, and that was her party, her welcome back party. Emma Dick is having a welcome back party as well. It looks like Naomi Scott and Taylor Paskaric there, so different teams. We thought Paskaric might be board paddling. I think Grace Gurr will board paddle for that Manly A team, so Dick's around. Paskaric in 2, Scott in 3. Looks very tired. It's been a long day. Carly Northern for Currumbin. There's Newport, City of Perth, Currumbin again. Another Northcliffe club. Currumbin in and away. The Northerns, they've done very well over the last couple of years in this team event, in these team events as well. Board relay, ski relay, they're a very strong crew down there on the southern part of the Gold Coast, but can they catch Danielle McKenzie? Northcliffe just gets stronger. Courtney Hancock into Danielle McKenzie, and then they hand off to Harriet Brown and Emma Dick into Tian Raymond and Devon Halligan. That's a great race head-to-head.
It sure is, Josh. And out in front, we talk about Danielle McKenzie. She won opening ski rounds. She won ski rounds in the Summer of Surf last year. She went head-to-head with this girl, Hannah Minogue, who is our current Australian champion. So Danielle McKenzie is no slouch on that ski.
Hannah Minogue's gone straight past Amy Northern like she was standing still, and she's trying to take ground off Rachel Dodwell, who did so well in that ski race, her first Summer of Surf round for Manly. So it'll be interesting to see here how much ground Dodwell takes off our leaders, and they've almost halved the gap to second place Burleigh Heads, and Ali Britton for North Burleigh's got a lot of work to do. Coming off the Coolangatta Gold, it'll be a tough time for her. She's done all that long, hard training, all that long, hard racing, trying to get the short, sharp stuff at the moment. It'll come down to how well she's coached and how well she can rest up and get herself set for the summer.
Well, Minogue would have been trying to set the ski race up by getting onto the back of Dodwell. She knows she's fast. She paddled beside her. She tried to paddle with her and did paddle with her in the ski race. And if she can go with Dodwell, she knows she'll drag her back up as close as possible to that Northcliffe team up the front.
Northern having a little bit of trouble around that can, and once again the Aussie bodies turning can is really wreaking havoc. It's like another obstacle outside. So it is Danielle McKenzie, turns for home for Northcliffe, Minogue, Dodwell, and it looks like Northern they're there in 3, 4 and 5, and they've got a lot of work to do, but they may have just latched onto the back of second place Tian Raymond and Burleigh Heads Mowbray Park. Our leader flying. This is the chase pack. They're back in 6, 7 and 8, but have a look at our leader there on the right hand side. It's Northcliffe, then back to Burleigh, then back to Manly, then it's Newport, the defending Australian champions, then it's Amy Northern just struggling to hold on to the pure ski paddlers. Probably doesn't have the speed of these two at the moment, but she's definitely got the endurance, so if she can just hang in there and try and do something special here, she can get down and definitely run away from them. And the transition becomes another leg of this Taplin, doesn't it?
Well, there's a few lumps coming through at the moment to assist McKenzie and keep her out in front of these other girls. She'll work all the way back to the beach, and as you said about the transition, it is very difficult. That ramp, that thick, heavy sand, it's almost like quicksand here at Newport. Some of the athletes are referring it to, and it's tough work, it's tough racing, it's tough running up and around transition after a ski leg where you have given it 100%.
Well, Danielle McKenzie's giving it 100%, and she's got 100% more gap on Tian Raymond. She's gone backwards after this opening ski leg. It was probably 1, maybe 2 ski lengths. It's now at least 3, possibly 4, and the rest of the field's catching, and Danielle McKenzie's got a wave, so Northcliffe get a wave in the first leg. Northcliffe get a wave in the second leg, and the rest of the field forced to paddle to the beach. It seems almost inevitable. Tian Raymond's picked one up, but she'll be very grateful for that. Looked very, very tired at the end there after a big day of racing. McKenzie up and around. She'll hand off to Harriet Brown. Tian Raymond pumps the arms, pumps the legs, tries to get things going here, and the rest of the field's chasing as Harriet Brown is in and away.
Well, the speed of Brown as she hits that water, she really tries to accelerate, carrying that board speed and running speed into the water and into her first stroke.
Devon Halligan on as well and chasing hard, and we can see the gap in the background there. She's probably got 4 board lengths of a lead at the moment. Gurr is in and away. That's Manly. It looks like Liv Hall is in for Currumbin as well, and Heaton for Newport with a lot of work to do back in 5th place. So here we go, the final leg of the Aussie Bodies Taplin Relay for round 2 of the Summer of Surf, and out in front it's the World Iron Woman champion who is not looking back. She's not worried about where they are. She's just going for the one thing, the turning can. Dev Halligan got her eyes on the prize. All she can see is her target up in front, Harriet Brown, and chasing like an absolute animal.
Well, surely the gap has to be too big. Surely it would only be Devon Halligan who can really claw herself back and challenge the Northcliffe team out in front. No surf, Josh. No waves to hold the girls up on the way out. Very little assistance on the way home. It's all grind, it's all hard work. And Harriet Brown looks now to be going away from Devon Halligan.
Grace Gurr, Liv Hall having a little battle there for third place. So podium places on the line here. Brown down on the stomach, going to take the easy option. And when you lead this big, I know the likes of you and I have probably been never this far in front of a race like this, but is it about dealing with everything that comes up and taking the safe option, just making sure you make no mistakes?
It's still tough, Josh, because you can't obviously allow the paddlers chasing and quality paddlers like Devon Halligan to get back into this race. Surf is always a tricky one because you do get some assistance from the ocean. Halligan could easily pick up a rogue wave that rolls through here today and brings her back up into this race and back up onto Harriet Brown. And that way Harriet would feel like she's let down the two girls before who have done all the work to set this race up.
I'm not going to count out third place Currumbin here. Liv Hall is having an absolute blinder. She's maybe a board length back off Devon Halligan. She's going to need a wave, that's for sure. Grace Gurr and Heaton as well from Newport doing their best, but it looks like out in front, they didn't just come here to take part, they came to take over. It's Northcliffe out in front. Courtney Hancock handed off to Danielle McKenzie, handed off to Harriet Brown, and they are almost home. The Aussie Bodies Taplin Relay round 2. It's been a little while since Northcliffe's had a win. They'll celebrate this one if they can get home. Harriet Brown hasn't even looked around yet. She hasn't turned around and she's opened the gap. It's now 10, 12 board lengths. Devon Halligan, she's done. Her day's over. She's absolutely spent. She's now just trying to hang on for second place. Liv Hall is on her backwash and looking to grab second place there. What about this? This is going to be the real race. Harriet Brown, no dramas at all. She'll pick up a runner here, won't make a mistake. Lifts the nose up on the back straps, and she is very happy with that performance. Northcliffe, the all-time leading club champions overall. They will take out an Aussie Bodies Taplin Relay title here, and this is where things are going to start to get interesting. Halligan, and then Hall, and then Grace Gurr as well. Newport, they've fallen out of it. Gurr into it as well. Hall's there. Devon Halligan, we're going to have a sprint finish. Harriet Brown, she pumps the air. She loves it. What a summer of surf win. Grabs round 2 and the race is on. Halligan's up. Hall's been left behind. She had a little stumble. Halligan up and around. Grace Gurr from Manly. This is the race for second place. Halligan's in front. Gurr's there, Hall's out of it. Halligan, she'll sprint away. What a performance there. Second place, Gurr gets third for Manly. The rest of the teams will come up and cross the line. Newport looks like it'll finish in 5th. Oh, and a couple of girls have a little bit of trouble there. No trouble for our winners, Northcliffe.
Well, they were very, very impressive, Josh. Leg 1, leg 2, leg 3. They led it the whole way around. They didn't make a mistake, and they are deserving winners here today.
From go to woe, Northcliffe, from Burleigh Heads, Manly. We head further down the page. All these clubs good enough to put a couple of teams in there. Newport, Southport and Newport C.
Yeah, look, that was the goal. We all had a chat before I went off, and just really wanted to get a lead for the team, and always makes it easier for the girls as well. They can kind of get off nice and clean and not have to bunch up too much. So, but I think when you've got these two finishing off, I think I felt pretty confident.
Oh, it's so hard. I mean, when Courtney gives you a lead like that, you just have to put your head down and go. And I backed myself after Worlds, even though I'm slightly unfit at the moment. But I know, we're out there to have fun and absolutely loved it.
Us girls from Northcliffe, we train together day in, day out. So, and we also race against each other, but there's nothing better than coming together for the Aussie Bodies Taplin team to have a hit out. And yeah, it's a pretty good feeling.
What a feeling. Northcliffe, win puts them on top from Newport, Manly and Currumbin. Those 4 are definitely going to fight it out all summer long. I wouldn't count out Burleigh Heads either because they were in it up to their eyeballs here today. That's your Aussie Bodies female Taplin point score after 2 rounds.